it's Katie again, and I have a pet peeve. I have a lot of pet peeves, particularly today. My pet peeve is when people call themselves Griffin Puffs or Slytherclaws, because, that just doesn't make sense to me. How could you be in more than one Hogwarts house? Would you eat breakfast with one house, but sleep in the dormitory at another house, and have classes with, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't see how it would even work. And, more importantly than that is that your Hogwarts house doesn't say everything there is to say about you. No one's ever said that it's that way. No, a great example is Hermione. Hermione is a total bookworm. Even somebody, I think Padma Patil, says, I've always wondered why you're not a Ravenclaw. It's because her defining characteristic isn't her bookworminess, it's her bravery. And every character is complex like that. There's no characters, except for maybe Blaise Zabini, where the only things about themselves are the trait of their house. Harry has an ambitious streak. He wants to prove how good he is, but he also has a huge loyalty streak. And Hermione, in addition to being a bookworm, in addition to being brave, is a really hard worker. That's why she has to get a time turner when she's taking too many classes. And this is something that I think about frequently because I'm a Ravenclaw. If Harry Potter had been around when I was in kindergarten, you would have known it from the time I was in kindergarten. I've always loved reading. I've always loved books. I've always loved school. I loved school so much I became a teacher. It's what I would call my defining characteristic. But I also am a really hard worker. I'm one of the hardest working people I know. But that doesn't mean that I am a Hufflepuff. It just means that I'm a Ravenclaw who likes to work hard. And I don't know. I just feel like when we call ourselves Raven Puffs, we're trying to tell people too much about ourselves. If you want people to know that much about you, take the Myers-Briggs exam and find out that you're an INFJ or whatever. You don't have to tell everybody everything there's to know about yourself via your Hogwarts house, because you're never going to be able to do that. And the bottom line is, even hat stalls get sorted. The sorting hat puts them in a hat. In a house. The sorting hat puts them in a house. And so I don't see the point. I just don't understand what the point is of calling yourself a, Griffin Puff. If you really strongly identify like that and you really want to tell me what's up, then just leave it in the comments. I'd really like to understand why so many people do this, because it just doesn't make sense to me.